Let's take this zombie and make him instanced so that we can spawn many zombies and have zombies chase after us. So first thing we're going to do here, we're going to open up a container. Again, I'm just going to line this container up with my setup here so everything is nice and tidy. And then we're going to go in this container. We're going to change it to instanced. And let's name it, whoops, zombie. Boom. That's cool. Now we're just going to drop our zombie in there. Drop our logic in there. All good. Now we have a nice instance zombie container. So now let's take, let's do some more shenanigans here. Let's grab a spawner. Spawner, there you are. All right. And this is going to spawn, not spawn from. The spawned object is going to be our zombie container there. Well, for now, let's just make sure it's working. So I'm going to go and grab an interval. And let's say, yeah, once every second, it's gonna spawn us a zombie. Let's put that on a loop so it just keeps going. And we're like, boom, there's the zombies. They're coming. You can see they're starting the other direction, so they kind of have to turn around to follow me. And it does seem like they're spawning in the air a little bit. Okay, so we have a spawner here. The spawner is, let's actually, I want to see this. I want to see what his Y value is -2. All right, so now let's hide this. This spawner I want to put to -2 so that we're spawning the zombie at ground level. And now let's add a little bit of randomness to this. So I'm going to add a vector transform. Where are you? Vector transform. There you are. Let's add a random. And then this is going to be, so Y was -2. Right now X is 0. I think X is probably going to be the value we want to change there. So let's do this, and we'll say between like -20. Whoops. -20 and 20. And that's going to send the value on random value to the vector transform to the X value. Also want to execute it. And then spawner is going to, on object created, is going to execute that random execute. And I think there was one last thing. Yeah, vector transform, we will put that duration to 0. And global should be fine. I'm going to put it to absolute just to be safe. And now we should have these zombies kind of popping out from different places. Another thing we could kind of look at with the spawner here. So the spawner right now we have copy rotation and use local spawn, or use spawner local transform. And what this means is basically copy rotation means that the thing that is spawned is going to match the rotation of the spawner. So what we saw there was our guys were coming out, they were not facing towards us when they spawned. So if we spin that spawner around on the y-axis, now they will be. Now they're coming right at us. Boom. All right. Well, there, we took that a little bit further than I expected to. And of course, in this zombie thing, we could add all kinds of more logic here. Like, say we want to add some logic where to keep the zombie from getting stuck on walls, which is something that's going to happen here. This logic that we've built right now is super basic for the zombie. He faces towards the player, and then he walks straight towards the player. So if there's like something in his way, if there's like a wall or some sort of object in between the player and the zombie's just going to get stuck on it. He doesn't know how to go around stuff, which is maybe appropriate for a zombie, unless you watch that new zombie movie where they're smart now. But But we could add all kinds of logic in here to the zombie to make him do additional things. And anything we add into this container is going to be applied to any instance of the zombie that comes out of the container.